Imagine a place of such prestige and grandeur that it could be misconstrued as a modern castle, a fortress of academia standing tall against the azure sky, embodying the very essence of intellectual prowess. This is an elite boarding school, a sanctum for young bright minds, pulsating with tradition and the relentless pursuit of knowledge. The hallowed halls echo the symphony of the students' laughter and intellectual banter, painting a vibrant tapestry of life. The grand architecture, an ode to a timeless era, cloaks the school in an air of majesty and awe. The sprawling campus, resplendent with verdant fields and towering centuries-old trees, reflects the boundless ambitions and dreams of every pupil within its fortified walls. However, beneath the slick veneer of this magnificent edifice, a malevolent pattern begins to unfurl like the first bone-chilling gusts of an impending tempest. Students, potential personified, start to vanish into the ether, seemingly swallowed whole by an unfathomable abyss. Each occurrence grows mysteriously more perplexing and sinister than the last. The once vibrant hum of the classrooms begins to fade, supplanted by whispers of bewilderment and creeping fear. The school takes on an eerie aura, shrouded in the thick fog of uncertainty. The ensuing silence after each disappearance isn't merely the absence of sound. It's a chilling quiet that permeates every corner, more insidious and disquieting than the hush of a graveyard under the spectral glow of a midnight moon. The once welcoming institution now stands cold and desolate, its silence heavy with unanswered queries, unvoiced terrors, and speculative murmurs. As the sun bids adieu, the school's stone walls loom ominously, casting elongated, spine-tingling shadows. The once familiar corners now bristle with unseen perils. The comforting rhythm of school life is violently replaced by a palpable sense of dread and anticipation. Each disappearance weaves another thread into the ever-growing tapestry of fear and suspense. The vanished students, once radiant sources of energy and life, are now ethereal specters haunting the once lively corridors. A cloak of dread shrouds the school as the search for the missing students persists. The inexplicable vanishings have morphed this beacon of learning into a twisted maze of mystery, suspense, and hushed dread. The remaining students and staff are doused in apprehension, poised precariously on the precipice of fear and disbelief. Sleep becomes a far-off luxury, dreams invaded by the phantom faces of the missing, their once joyful laughter now warped into chilling echoes of terror and despair. But what sinister force lies at the heart of these mystifying vanishings lingers in the air, an insistent phantom that does not want to leave. This ominous question reverberates through the sacred halls, the classrooms, and the very souls of those who remain, morphing each day into a chilling confrontation with the unseeable horror. The mystery continues to unravel, an unyielding specter intent on pursuing them till the disquieting truth is exposed. Every stone of this ancient institution murmurs chilling tales of its sinister past. This school, draped in an illusion of prestige and accomplishment, houses within its sacred confines a narrative drenched in obscurity and mystery. A narrative that is saturated with the reverberations of unsettling events, bizarre rituals, and malignant incidents. This history is a relentless monster that gnaws at your sanity, fragment by fragment, leaving nothing behind but a disquieting echo of dread. Embark on a journey back to a time interred in the annals of history, when the moon was the lone sentinel of the school's desolate corridors. Shadows, like spectral dancers, swirled in the flickering candlelight, animating whispered tales of bizarre rituals conducted in oppressive darkness. A darkness so profound it had the power to consume the world, leaving behind nothing but its eerie imprint. The air within these ancient halls, heavy with the whispers of cursed artifacts and ominous talismans, was near suffocating. Artifacts rumored to possess a chilling power, a power so potent it could warp and distort the very fabric of reality, rendering the laws of nature obsolete. These corridors pulsed with the tales of these dreadful objects, inciting both fear and fascination among the scholarly inhabitants. Our school was rumored to be a refuge for spectral apparitions. Ghostly figures, paler than the frosty moonlight, were said to prowl the gloomy corridors. Their blood-curdling wails pierced the stillness of the night, a stark reminder of the institution's spectral inhabitants whose presence, although unseen, was always sensed in the icy drafts that swept the rooms. These spectral breezes seemed to carry the wails of 1,000 doomed souls. The walls of the institution bore silent witness to countless ghostly encounters. Dormant figures, shadowy and elusive, were frequently sighted, only to disappear when one dared to take a closer look. Tales of icy fingers brushing against unsuspecting scholars in the library, or of eerie laughter echoing through the silence, were commonplace. The staff too had their share of uncanny experiences, with custodians reporting doors mysteriously opening and closing, and lights flickering without explanation in the pitch-black night. Despite these hair-raising tales, the pursuit of knowledge flourished. Scholars came and went, each leaving their mark on the institution's ominous history. The school stood resolute, undeterred by the terrifying tales, its grandeur untarnished, its aura unbroken. Yet the most horrifying secret was still to be unearthed. This secret, nestled in the heart of the institution, was waiting to be discovered by the audacious or the reckless, casting an unsettling anticipation over the sacred grounds. A secret so terrifying, it held the power to dwarf all previous spectral tales, reducing them to trivial folklore. A secret that threatened to irrevocably alter the face of this prestigious institution. The true horror, however, was not merely an echo from the past, but a malignant presence that infested the very stones that built their home. A bone-chilling reality was hidden inside this seemingly ordinary structure. The school, their sanctuary of learning and reality, was a monstrous entity. It was not just composed of bricks and mortar, it was a living, breathing beast that consumed the fear and essence of its occupants. Every corridor was a winding intestine, each classroom a pulsating stomach, each hall a cavernous maw. The building was a grotesque, colossal creature concealed beneath the facade of an educational institution. Many see a school as a place of knowledge, a lighthouse in the storm of ignorance, a nurturer of young minds. This school was a labyrinth of nightmares. The walls throbbed with a repulsive energy as if alive. The doors resembled wide-open jaws, poised to engulf anyone brave or foolish enough to enter. The windows were hollow eyes, cold and devoid of empathy, forever observing, ever vigilant. The classrooms, where the joy of learning should echo, were instead saturated with an atmosphere of abysmal dread. Each piece of furniture seemed charged with a malignant aura. The blackboards, once the canvas for imparting knowledge, now bore cryptic, ominous messages. Moving through the corridors, the air turned icy. The lights flickered and dimmed, casting elongated, ominous shadows. Each step would resonate, each breath amplified, every heartbeat a thunderous drum heralding the chilling chorus of impending doom. The school thrived, feasting on the palpable fear, the anxious energy and life force sucked from the students who filled its halls. It bloomed grotesquely with each terrified scream, each bead of cold sweat, each tremor of fear that ran down a spine. The revelation of the school's true nature was a blood-curdling one. It was like a veil being lifted, revealing a frightful reality that sent icy tendrils of fear shooting down your spine. It was akin to waking from a nightmare, only to find the true horror was in the waking world, and in this gruesome reality was a chilling testament of terror. The last echo of a terrified scream still reverberates through the halls, fading into a haunting silence. The question that hangs heavily in the air is, who will be the one to succumb? And as the school feasts on its latest prey, one can't help but wonder, how many more young souls will this monstrous entity devour before its thirst for fear is finally quenched?